Hey guys, it's GameFace here, and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A, purely just because obviously I'm going to university in the next couple of days, and also it's going to be the start of the FIFA 18 content very shortly, so it's a good time for me to answer some of your guys' questions. You left loads on that video that I made, saying ask me some questions. You guys left loads. You also sent me some Twitter questions, and also some Instagram questions as well, so we're going through as many as possible. Apologies if your question is not necessarily in there. Obviously there's a lot of questions, and I probably won't have enough time to go through all of them, but let's crack on. Before we do though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Tomorrow is when the Leeds United career mode starts, and the day after is when the Barcelona career mode starts as well. Maybe some bonus episodes thrown in there, but look out for those FIFA 18 career modes. They are beginning very shortly. But let's crack on with the Q&A, and I'm going to be reading them off my phone. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Okay, first question is from Instagram. It's from a guy called Michael. He sent me a message saying, are you going to do any other team in FIFA 18 except for Manchester City, Barcelona and Leeds? Yes, I will be doing other teams as well. We'll have to wait and see how those careers get on, but I'm expecting to probably at some point do Liverpool career mode. I've also thought about potentially doing a Newcastle one as well further down the line, but of course we will get to be more than just 3 teams during FIFA 18. I expect to get through maybe 6 or 8 different teams. It really depends how we get on with the career modes, to be honest. But yeah, I do expect to be doing more than those 3. Also, thank you very much for the kind words as well. Next question is a tweet from Mason Williams. He says, opinions on Jesus and Aguero. Now, first and foremost, I really like Gabriel Jesus. So glad that Pep brought him to Manchester City. Hadn't really heard of him, to be totally honest, when they first were looking at him, but now that they've brought him in, he does look like a fantastic player, and he is going to, I think, be really good over the next few years for Manchester City. Aguero was a little bit worried about last season, especially Gabriel Jesus coming in. I thought maybe he's going to have quite a poor end to his Manchester City career, but certainly he has stepped things up massively again this season. He's obviously scored quite a few goals recently, and he's looking to become Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer very shortly. So Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, probably 2 of my favourite strikers, to be totally honest, and both of them play for Manchester City, doing a great job up there by themselves or playing together a lot at the moment as well. So those 2 obviously quality strikers. Let's move on to the next question, and it's actually going to be from Sam HD Gamer. Says, how old are you, and will you be doing a Liverpool career mode on FIFA 18? Obviously I mentioned that Liverpool could be one of the teams that I potentially do on FIFA 18. Again, really depends how I get on with the other career modes. And how old are you? 18 years old. 18 in April. What is your all-time best 11? That's from Jackson Miller. I actually also got a tweet which said the exact same thing almost from Gary as well on Twitter. So I'm going to answer this, and yeah, I think we're going to have to answer this one slightly differently. Back in a sec. Okay, so because I like this question so much, I'm going to bring it over to the whiteboard and talk you through my starting 11, my ultimate starting 11. I'm not going to for 1 second say that I've included all the players that you'll think of. There's a lot of big names like Pele missing. There's obviously like some Neymar as well, but these are just some of the players I remember from my childhood or from now that in particular I've really liked. So this is the team that I particularly like. Obviously got Manuel Neuer in goal. Fantastic goalkeeper. There was other obvious choices as well, but I'm going to go Neuer in goal. Massive keeper for this generation in particular. Danny Alves at right back. Pretty obvious one, I think, for me. Probably the best right back I've ever seen in my life. Continues to be really good and score goals as well as assists. Puyol at the back, really tough one with the centre-backs, really struggle with those, but Puyol's won so much with, obviously with Spain and Barcelona, so he had to go there. Vidic, I just remember him being such a rock at the back for Manchester United. Obviously wasn't so successful when he left, but neither was Rio Ferdinand as well. And we've also got Roberto Carlos, one of the best ever players, I think, in my opinion. Quality player, so gifted, such a good left back, had to go there for me. Then Frank Lampard, Beckham and Ronaldinho in midfield. Lampard, I'm a huge fan of. Obviously had a really successful career at Chelsea, scored loads of goals as well for midfielder, and he would go as a holding midfielder with Beckham. Obviously that balance in the team is probably not going to work, and Beckham's not massively suited to a holding midfielder position, but he's going to go in there just so we can fit him in the team basically. Huge fan of Beckham, such a quality player yet again. Both of those 2 fantastic passers, as well as assisters and goal scorers as well. Ronaldinho, who I've mentioned, is one of my favourite ever players. He'd have to get on the team, just in behind the front three of Messi, Ronaldo. That's R9 Ronaldo and Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I didn't really see much of Ronaldo's career, to be honest. Wasn't quite in that generation, but I've seen a lot of his stuff since, and he's a quality player. Such a good player. Obviously, the time that I saw him was more when he's come to the latter stage of his career, and he moved to some different sort of teams. So I've gone with those as my front 3. Obviously, Messi and Ronaldo, a given really, I think, in this team, and then R9 Ronaldo starting as our striker. lots and lots of big names obviously missing out this list, and I'm not for 1 second trying to say this is the best ever team. It's just some of the players I really, really liked all put into one team. Then my subs bench, again, a little bit different. Oliver Kahn, just one of the goalkeepers. I remember being such a good goalkeeper when I think it was in 2006 World Cup when I saw him. Such a good keeper, and therefore gets on my bench. We've got John Terry on there as well. Tempted to put him in the centre-back position, but to be honest, I really, really struggled with centre-backs. Couldn't really think of too many that I was that impressed with. He got on there, obviously a very successful career at Chelsea, and yeah, now Aston Villa. Marcelo there at left-back, he was really, really close to Roberto Carlos. Liked them so much, both of them. Both quality left-backs, and I think the best ever left-backs there as well. Figo gets on there. Little bit of a strange one maybe, but I just really liked Figo. I thought he was a fantastic player at his time as also Real Madrid and Barcelona. Steven Gerrard was so close to getting the starting 11 as well. Huge fan of him, probably one of my favourite ever players as well, but just didn't quite get into that midfield, but was such a close one between him, Lampard and Beckham. Couldn't decide, but put him on the bench. Maybe a little bit harsh for that one, to be honest. Suarez gets on the bench there with Henry as well. Those two strikers, absolute quality. Obviously, we saw Suarez in the Premier League for Liverpool. He's continued that at Barcelona as well, with the help of Messi and Neymar when he was there. Thierry Henry, obviously one of the best ever Premier League players, in my opinion, was an absolute fantastic player at Arsenal. Obviously was at Barcelona as well, but in particular at Arsenal, also when he returned as well. I think he's returning goals against Leeds, so that's probably why I remember that one quite well. I remember he scored that one. I'm pretty sure it knocked Leeds out of the cup as well. But those are my starting 11 players. Those are my 7 players on the bench as well, so that's my squad of 18, I suppose. Again, I'm not for 1 second saying this is the best ever squad that we've ever seen. There's obviously a lot of big names missing out. Maybe some more obvious ones I've just not thought of in the time I've been making this. But that's everything. Let's crack on with the next question. Next question, do you have any siblings? Yeah, I've got one brother. He's nearly 21 now, I think, so he's a couple of years older than me. But yeah, I've just got one sibling. Luis Silva says, what's your opinion about the Portuguese league? I actually think a really sort of undervalued league. I think there's so many really, really good players that have been in the Portuguese league and that have actually ended up moving to the more known leagues, more watched leagues, I should say. And yeah, they have obviously developed some really, really good talent. Ronaldo came from there. I think, didn't Eric Dyer go? Obviously not quite on level as Ronaldo, but didn't Eric Dyer come from Sporting Lisbon as well? He went through their youth academy. They've had loads of other great players as well that they're developing over there, but they end up going over to like the English clubs or the Spanish clubs, German clubs. But they do seem to have a lot of good players that they develop over in the Portuguese league. So it certainly seems like a very, very good league, but just not heavily watched compared to obviously the Premier League and the Spanish league, so at least not internationally anyway. I'm sure in Portugal it probably is. Lewis James says, would you do a Newcastle career in FIFA 18? Yeah, as I mentioned before, it could be one of the teams that could come up at some point. It was going to actually be one of my starting teams. Really, really tempted to make it one of my starting teams, but I decided against it in the end. Yeah, I think Liverpool and Newcastle will be two teams I do definitely visit at some point, as well as Manchester City, which are probably going to be one of the teams that are a bit closer to be doing very, very shortly, I think. Next question, who's your favourite YouTuber? Again, really can't name one, I don't think. Yeah, I can name a few that I watch. I don't actually watch as many YouTubers as you might think, because I'm sort of doing other things as well. I don't have that much time to watch that many YouTubers, so I probably watch maybe 3 or 4 every single video that they put out. So I watch the likes of True Geordie, Stephen Bartlett, I watch him. I also watch Chris ND's videos as well. And I think Jack Mate, as well as a few other different types of videos, mainly podcasts, to be honest. So I watch a lot of podcasts as opposed to just like standard YouTube videos. Next question, how many subs do you think you'll be on by the end of the year? And who/what inspired you to do YouTube? My target for the end of the year is 25,000, obviously a huge target, only a few months left of the year, but I'm going to aim for it, going to try and hit it, and we'll wait and see whereabouts we are at the end of the year. Also, who/what inspired you to do YouTube? Originally I was doing such different sort of content. It was originally like Minecraft, GTA and FIFA, as well as COD as well in there. So originally it would have been, I think Syndicate was like the first proper YouTuber that I got watched one of his Minecraft videos, and I suppose it was that may started this channel back in 2012. So I'd probably say him, to be honest. Obviously right now the people that, you know, keep me going, I suppose, as well as obviously you guys that leave the comments, are probably the more sort of FIFA YouTubers, football YouTubers, as well as the podcast guys actually as well, who do different sort of videos. Those are the sort of guys that continue to inspire me to create videos. Next question. Can you dab? Yes, thanks, yeah. Meet Ronaldo or Messi in person? In person? Ooh, that's a really, really tough one. probably have to say Ronaldo, I think. I think it would help that he can speak English. I don't think Messi can speak English, or at least not as good as Ronaldo. So definitely have to be Ronaldo out of the two, but Messi would also be pretty good as well. Next question, will you be able to go to a place and do a meet and greet with us? Obviously, I'd love to do that. If there was a demand for that, then I would happily do that. Yeah, basically, it's up to you guys, I suppose. If you would be interested in it, then of course we can try and organise something, and it'd be great to obviously meet up with you and have a chat. On to the next question. Do you plan on playing any other games instead of FIFA? To be honest, no, I don't really have any plans right now. It depends if any better games come out or if any other games come out, then I'll try and do that on top. But to be honest, it's going to be more likely career mode, maybe even Ultimate Team as well this year. I can't really see myself playing too many more games. I do actually have a second channel called More Game Face. You can find the link in the description below. And I did upload a couple of videos on there, I think last summer. Pretty sure it was last summer. I might start to do that again. Again, depends really how much time I have in my hands with being at uni. But I'd certainly like to do some other sort of games. I really enjoy GTA. Haven't played that in a little while though. Obviously that's been out a few years now as well. And you can pretty much do most things on it now, or people have done most things on it. So I'd like to see a new GTA come out, and I'd certainly play videos. I'll make videos on that. I'm a huge fan of it, and hopefully the new one's not too far away. I suspect it's a couple of years away though. Where do you see your subscriber count and yourself in 1 year's time and 5 years' time? Ooh, good question, Sid. Really, really good question. Subscriber count, obviously we touched on that in terms of the end of the year. I was aiming for 25,000. This time next year, though, my target, I think, is 50,000. So obviously, huge jump. But yeah, that's my target. We'll wait and see what happens. And in 5 years' time, well, obviously, it has to be over 1 million in 5 years' time. We'll have to wait and see again, though. Like I say, 5 years, anything can happen in 5 years. I started the channel 5 years ago. I had 0 subscribers, or a little bit more, actually, because I started in May. But I was 4 months into the channel 5 years ago. So that's a long, long time ago, and a lot changes in 5 years. So really, really difficult to predict, but certainly a very interesting question. Thank you also for the kind words as well, Sid. And on to the next question, which is from Alex Owen. Will you ever do an Ultimate Team Road to Glory series? Yeah, it could happen. It could happen this FIFA at some point. Again, it's a very much a case of whether I have enough time at uni or not. It'll be prioritising, first and foremost, though, the career videos every other day. Well, switching between the teams, obviously, every day career videos, alternating the teams every other day. So, yeah, it'll be very much a case of how much time I've got. I hope to be able to do that at some point, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how good Ultimate Team is this year. Next question. Again, a few questions within this comment. It says, what is your real name? First of all, Ed. Where are you from? Leeds area. And finally, do you know that you have fans from Jordan? Wow, thank you very much. That's you and your brother from Jordan there sending the question. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the support from Jordan. That's Southeast Asia, Jordan? I'm pretty sure it is. Next question. Do you prefer Nike or Adidas? I'm going to just go out there and say straight away Nike. Just because I've bought more Nike stuff than I have Adidas, although I do have Adidas stuff as well. But yeah, I've bought more recently. My last like 5 football boots, I'm pretty sure, all be Nike. So probably gonna have to say them. I quite like the simplistic tick design as well. And as a brand, I think they're probably one of the best out there. And that is everything for today's Q&A video. Thank you all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate the support. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions as well. Got well over 100 questions through, so thank you all so much. So obviously tomorrow we are going to be starting the FIFA 18 career mode content. It's going to be starting with Leeds United, then Barcelona the next day. And like I said before, we are hopefully going to have some bonus episodes coming up at certain like targets, I suppose. So we'll wait and see exactly how those go. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I'm certainly looking forward to playing that career mode and getting things started with both those teams. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.